So after almost 1 month of travel in Montana and Washington State, seeing family mostly, when you're driving through, it's like you can see everything. Their trees are not, obstructing your view everywhere. It's just open landscapes and everything is big and dramatic, and to me, it's like optimistic. It's kind of, everything inspires, You'll see these incredible storms off in the distance over red rocks and the Rocky Mountains, and it's just, I'm biased, but I love it. I got on my flight home and I was just so exhausted. Not necessarily from the travels and my family, but I became exhausted thinking about all the things I got behind on while I was traveling. My video releases went off schedule. I pulled back on work a little bit. I took 3 or 4 days off, and I feel like I just have a mountain of work I have to accomplish before the school year starts. I'm starting grad school, and also my brother and I are launching a podcast, so we've been working on that. I've been editing it and trying to get it online, and I don't know, it was a weird thing, but I was on the plane just thinking, I don't allow myself to relax, like, at all. In July, I paid off my student loans, and I've been working on that for 9 years, and I barely celebrated. I mean, Susan and I did some things to celebrate, but it was all like, pour a drink, but exhausted. Just sip the drink and, all right, you did it, and then go to bed, wake up, grind the next day. So recently I came across this article in the Atlantic, how life became an endless, terrible competition. And I read it and I felt like so sad. I mean, you just gotta check it out. It's all about how meritocracy has become the only way, or at least in our minds, the only way to live a life that continues the cycle of grind and hustle, grind and hustle, grind and hustle. Pass it down to your kids, they pass it to their kids, and they all grind and hustle to get into the same grind and hustle cycles. And I read it and I was like, that's me. It talks a lot about like the upper white class. I definitely didn't come from that, but I've definitely felt over the years, especially over the last like 10 to 15, that I've worked my way into it, or earned myself into the middle class at least, and I'm afraid to lose it. I'm so afraid to lose it that I've just allowed my creativity to totally disappear, or to decay. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe the emotion right now, but I'm really entering a state of thoughtfulness about all this and reassessing like what's important, like even grad school. How important is this grad school thing? That I've actually done a lot of work to get to this point. I'm not anti-hustle and grind. I'm definitely not anti-education. I'm just pro listening to that internal spark, that thing that's like, you can't really avoid it if you sit down in the chair on the edge of your bed or whatever and ask the universe, what am I about? What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? I know that sounds cheesy or new agey, but like I believe you'll get an answer. And sometimes that answer is scary because it's not the thing you're doing and it's not the person you are. And in my case right now, it's like, it's a mix. Some of the things are like spot on. My life was great. But I don't think that exhaustion I have had, not just on the plane, but other times, I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's right. I think that's the spark inside just kind of grasping for air. And so I've decided to take some time to not be online so much. Honestly, when I do these videos, it started out as a creative project for me, and sometimes I allow it to morph into this, like, honestly, like most aspects in my life, I try to figure out, can I monetize this thing? Can eventually these videos, me talking to a camera or doing whatever in the world of YouTube, become something I can monetize one day? Because I've been trained to think that way. Even when I read books, I'm like, can I use this information somehow down the road in a way that will profit? And it's just kind of crazy. It's like, I don't actually think that is the main purpose of humans, to monetize everything. I think it is like some of us have the entrepreneurial hustle. It's just like, it's organic, it's built in. But it's also up to me to be thoughtful about that and in control of it also. Like, I can't be led around by, I won't do that thing, even though I know internally and creatively it's the thing to pursue. If it doesn't make money, but just like, no, you know, I don't see a path for that going somewhere. That's just wrong. That, I think that will lead us entrepreneurs and not definitely down the wrong path. And so these videos, which are really about the creative expression, about expressing myself, about trying to be a better communicator, learn new technologies as I go, I'm going to reduce them to once per month. I am also working on this podcast with my brother, which I'm excited about because I've wanted to go in that direction and explore it more. Those will come out probably every 2 weeks, but possibly also once a month, just based on my school schedule and my work schedule. So there's actually one place where I actually do make money, and it's my job. I have a full-time job. Sometimes it's more than full-time, especially during busy seasons. But I have these long-term goals that incorporate my skills and creativity and expressions. Maybe if I just worked 22 hours a day, every day for the next 2 years, I might get there faster. I'm actually starting to think more about if I pull back on that and it takes me 4 years or 5 or 6 or 7, that might be okay when you consider all the memories and all the moments and experiences I'll have with my wife, my family, my friends here in New York. My brother always says this, and it's true, it's all about people. The idea of legacy being about the people that we get to interact with and bounce off of and join together with. So I'll see you next month.